stories fade with time, buried beneath silence, lost in forgotten files, or dismissed as mysteries that may never be solved. But behind every case is a voice that was never heard, a truth still waiting in the dark. This channel is dedicated to the victims, the unanswered questions, and the stories that refuse to disappear. Because somewhere, someone still knows what happened. Welcome to Cries Unheard in the Darkness. January 23rd, 1999. In Tacoma, Washington, the streets felt safe enough that Teresa Zapiewski didn't hesitate to let her daughters play outside under her watchful eye. But that Saturday, the safety of a familiar community would be shattered in a matter of seconds. Teresa was a dedicated mother, raising her girls alone while their father was incarcerated. Teekah, just 2 years old, was her fourth daughter and her shadow. She was a mama's girl who would cry if Teresa even had to step out to the store. That evening, the family decided to visit the New Frontier bowling alley. The center was a hub of activity, couples on dates, teenagers in the arcade, and families gathered for a night out. Teresa had dropped her older daughters off with relatives, but she kept her 2 youngest with her because she knew they'd be a handful for anyone else to watch. Teekah was dressed for the occasion in white sweats, a green Tweety bird shirt, and her Jordans. She even carried a little purse, a tiny accessory for a 2-year-old on a big night out. At approximately 8 p.m., the group arrived. Teekah was immediately drawn to the arcade. Her uncle gave her some change, and she spent her time happily dropping pennies into a machine, not even realizing they were falling right back out. She eventually settled at a car game, sitting in the seat and pretending to drive while her mother kept a close eye on her. Then it was Teresa's turn to bowl. She turned to her brother and her boyfriend with a single, firm instruction. Make sure you watch my Teekah. In the time it took to bowl a single frame, the world changed. When Teresa finished and turned back toward the arcade, the car game was empty. She asked where Teekah was, and the men replied that she was likely still in the arcade, perhaps just hidden behind the tall machines. Panic set in instantly. Teresa searched the bathrooms and the far ends of the building. She notified a security officer who made an announcement over the intercom and called for backup. Within minutes, the New Frontier bowling alley became a crime scene. The parking lot was locked down. Every vehicle was searched. Every trunk was opened. But as police arrived, a bizarre and chilling second event unfolded. Teresa's sister-in-law came running toward her, screaming that a woman was in the parking lot with Teresa's baby. Teresa ran to the car and saw her 10-month-old daughter, Tamika, buckled into a seat. A woman sat in the driver's seat, ready to pull away. When confronted, the woman looked Teresa in the eye and said, "This ain't your baby." This woman had reportedly been inside the bowling alley earlier, asking to hold any baby she could. She was arrested on the spot, and Tamika was saved. But the mystery only deepened. Where was Teekah? While this woman became a prime suspect, she would later suffer severe mental health deterioration, making it impossible for investigators to ever get a clear story or a polygraph. As the investigation stretched into days and weeks, darker details about the New Frontier bowling alley began to surface. Just 2 months earlier, a 4-year-old boy had been assaulted in the facility's bathroom. No connection was ever officially made, but the atmosphere surrounding the venue was now under intense scrutiny. Eyewitnesses began coming forward with terrifying accounts. One witness reported seeing a plum-colored or maroon Pontiac speeding out of the parking lot, so fast it nearly hit her car. Another lead came from a call placed to police that very night. A mother reported that her son, a man in his 40s with a history of sexual offenses, was making strange statements about needing to leave town. He matched a witness description of a man seen walking through the bowling alley that night, holding a little girl's hand. He was described as a white male with longish hair and a pockmarked face. However, by the time Sergeant Julie Deere and her team could fully re-examine him years later, the man had passed away. His DNA was collected. His car had been destroyed. Another door closed in the search for Teekah. Today, the New Frontier bowling alley is gone, torn down years ago. But for Teresa, the memories remain etched in stone. She now lives in Virginia, but her heart remains in Washington every January and every July. Teekah was born on the 4th of July. Every year, Teresa buys a cupcake, lights a candle, and sings "Happy Birthday" to a photo of the daughter who would now be in her 20s. The trauma has left a permanent mark on the family, manifesting as PTSD, depression, and a hypervigilance that has changed how they raise the next generation of children. It only takes a second for a life to be taken, but it takes a lifetime of searching to bring a piece of a heart back home. If you have any information regarding this case, please contact the Tacoma Police Department. Thanks for listening to Cries, Unheard in the Darkness. If this story stayed with you, you're not alone. Like and subscribe, because the darkness always has more to say. Until next time, listen carefully.